Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Oderiri. Now by this time, today is March 16th, 2025. Sunday to be precise. The time is 10 minutes after 2 p.m. 10 minutes after 2 p.m. And I just want us to. Most of us are back from those of us in Nigeria, most of us are back from our churches. Some of us are also back from our shrines. I need to differentiate this. When I say some attended churches, some attended shrine, we need to clearly define and position it very, very well. The Church of God is clearly defined. Its operation, its dynamics, its purposes, its effects, its impact can be seen in Acts of Apostles chapter 1 to chapter 5. If you go through the book Acts of Apostles chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, you will see clearly how the first church was bettered, the leadership structure, the administrative dynamics, even to chapter 13. You will see clearly things that happened in the early church that was led by the 12 apostles, by 11 because Judas fell by the wayside, and a lot was cast, and Matthias was used to replace him. You will see clearly. In fact, chapter 4, verse 32 to 36 of Acts of Apostles clearly define how the church worked and how the church operated. So, remember then that first church was started by the first 120 people who were in that inner temple, inner chambers, when they received the baptism of the Holy Ghost, as Christ promised. And among those people were Jesus' mother, physical mother, Mary, his brothers, and other of his relations. And you could see clearly that even before he resurrected, after he resurrected, before he ascended, he called all his disciples and he reiterated on the fact that Peter, the beloved, he told Peter 3 times. Remember that Peter denied him 3 times. He had to restore Peter 3 times. He told Peter 3 times, "Lovest thou me?" Peter said, "Yes." And he told him things to do: feed my flock, take care of my sheep, and everything. And of course, Peter ascended leadership. Some people mistakenly will always call him the first pope. Peter never arrogated himself any title of pope or anything. Peter was just first among equals. He was first. And of course, Peter never for one day tried to bully everybody or to be the sole proprietor of any sect. That was why even when they wanted to replace Judas, they prayed and they cast lots. It was a unanimous decision and they replaced him. Even when they had the first issue in the church, when they had the first skirmishes, the Hellenist Jews and the Hebraic Jews were having issues. The Hellenists were complaining that their widows were not taken care of in the administration of things, in sharing of bread. Peter called the other disciples as apostles and said, "We can't keep on, leaving the main matter of the assignment to be chasing bread and butter and material things." That was how they appointed the first 7 men, the administrators. They were called deacons. Stephen, Phillips, and the rest of them. And of course, the qualification was very clear. The criteria was set clearly. Their qualifications, first of all, they were men of integrity, men of honor, men of excellence, men that were diligent. They weren't just anyhow men. These are skillful, knowledgeable men. And they were appointed to administer the post while the apostles and the rest of the disciples go on preaching the gospel with signs and wonders backing them. So, anything outside that structure is not a church, it's a shrine. The sons of Scevas also wanted to duplicate their own. So you either know where you attended, either you attended a church. If the structure or the dynamics or operations of where you attended is not like it was defined clearly in Acts of Apostles chapter 1, that brother, sister, you went to a shrine, manage your shrine very, very well. So that next time when activities of your shrine are being discussed, let nobody mistakenly say, "Hey, the church," you can't impugn the church. The church is infallible. You can't impugn the church of God. The church of God is holy, saintly, impeccable. The church of God has no blemishes. And when there are blemishes, they quickly tackle it, like the way they tackle the issues of the Hellenists and the Hebraic Jews, peacefully and excellently without any issue. So, but that is not the major issue here. The major issue here is now that we are back from our churches or from our shrine, the remaining 6 days we are going to go to work. What is going to be the impact of the messages, the holy hands and unholy hands we lifted what is the impact of the things in our life for the remaining 6 days? I say it with every sense of responsibility. There is no man that is here on earth by accident. Each and every one of us will have a purpose. And if you don't discover a purpose the purpose for which you were created, you may likely abuse your life. Not only will you abuse your life, you also abuse the life of others. One reason why people are living all manner of rah-rah-rahness is because they've not discovered the purpose for their life. They don't even know the reason, the tale for them being here on earth. Therefore, because they don't know the purpose for which God has brought them here, they live all manner of rah-rahness and iberiberism. So their life becomes destructive to themselves and to the rest of the people around them. They are thieves, they are hooligans, they are looters, they are killers. They do all manner of things that not only hurt them, they also hurt people around them. So you must discover purpose. Moses, while they were in the wilderness, I just want to make reference to Moses and the activities that happened in the book of Exodus. And take out time to go and study your Bible. I am not going to be feeding you. You can even bring out your phone and Google Moses built tabernacle. You will see the story, the chapters in the book of Exodus 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. You will see it clearly what happened. Firstly, for you to build, you must have a vision. There must be vision that drives you. Every man must have a purpose, must have a vision. It is the vision that will determine how you build, what you build, when you build, what is required to build, and those that will help you to build. Firstly, God told Moses, we've been in the wilderness, you've been in the wilderness, but I want you to build me a tabernacle. A tabernacle is a place where God wanted to always come around to spend time with them, fellowship with them. So God showed Moses the pattern. The vision was very clear. And the purpose was very clear why he wanted him to build that tabernacle. Everything was clearly defined. And of course, Moses is one person. Moses is not like he's omnipresent or omniscient. So Moses needed people. So God also was able to equip certain men, Bezalel, Oholiab, and the rest of them, men of skill, men of knowledge, men of wisdom, and they joined Moses to build based on that BOQ architectural design and pattern that God showed Moses clearly. The purpose was very clear for what that thing was done. And of course, they needed funding to develop it, what God has shown him, and God stirred the heart of the people. Moses told them, this is what God asked me to build. This is for the purpose. This is how it will be built. This is what is required. This is how it will be funded. And the people contributed. And of course, because the purpose was very clear. The assignment was very clear. The BOQ was clearly articulated. There was no abuse. That was why when they contributed to the right amount of gold and silver and precious metals, that was enough. Moses told them, stop. Don't contribute again. Moses is not like some of these money changers today who parade themselves as bishops, who will tell you, oh, God told me he needs 100 people to contribute 5,000. And when they have the 500 people have come out to contribute, their greed will not turn into say, okay, those who can do 1,000 so that you will not partake of the blessing. But God already told them the number. So you see, all manner of this magical nonsense people do. Moses wasn't like that. Moses was purposeful, meek, gentle, calm. He knew what God asked him to do. So that also brings forth each and every one of us. We are not called with the same skills. Some are called with diverse skills. You're a carpenter, you're a tailor, you're an engineer, you're a banker, you're a nurse, you're a lawyer, you're this. What are you doing? You're a judge. For what purpose have you been called for that assignment? When you don't know, when you don't have passion, when you don't understand the purpose, you become a criminal, you become a bandit, you become a terror to yourself and to the rest of the world. The 4 Hebrew boys that were captured when Nebuchadnezzar raided Jerusalem. Babylon destroyed everything, block to block, everything erased. They captured professors, captured billionaires, captured clergymen, the Bible said that they took some of the most skillful people and took them into captivity. But among the hundreds of thousands that were taken, there were 4 young men. Excellent young men, naturally gifted. And of course, they were taken to the citadel of the University of Babylon to be trained along with other kids. But these ones, they already have inculcated in them the value system, the ethics, the honesty, the sincerity. They choose to be different. They choose never to cut corners, to steal, to do all manner of, do exam malpractice, everything. And of course, at the end of the 3 years of training, they were found to be 10 times more excellent than other kids from other places. And of course, Nebuchadnezzar, not like our current dumb and daft political leaders who are always looking for those who will tell them what they want to. He had done people like them and they gathered them together to be stealing and looting. The Nebuchadnezzar wanted to build a citadel that is the best in the world. So he needed the best hands. So he didn't consider the fact that these guys were slaves, that were captured in war. He knew clearly they were smart than the rest of the crowd. Just like the Pharaoh that knew Joseph. So he appointed the four of them. And of course, he made Daniel the chief of the princes of the 126 tribes. Daniel was the prime minister of Babylon. And of course, Daniel distinguished himself. The Bible said he was excellent, he was diligent. There was no corruption found in him. They sought to accuse him, they could not accuse him. So that is what I'm asking us. For the remaining 6 days after we have come back from our shrine and our churches, what are we going to be doing for these 6 days? Are we going to be using our talent, our skills, our knowledge, the gifts of God upon our lives to build humanity, to add value to humanity, to shine the light of God for the whole world to see, to impact his word positively, to impact his church, and to implant his glory in such a way that when people are saying, oh, they will remember it, they say, that guy is unique. That guy is this, that guy is this. Or will they remember all the woman is just a criminal, a bandit, a thief, a cheat. Everything about that is negative. So you choose. So guys, welcome back from your church, welcome back from your shrine. Meditate on this. As I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. It's a thing. You know, we are quick to condemn, oh, Mr. President is not doing well. Mr. President is not God. The governor is not doing well. The governor is not God. The local government chairman, let me tell you, we have more than 1,200 MDAs at the federal level. Even me, in the small shop I run, I have been unfortunate, as I think I'm smart, to even recruit bandits who have dealt with me. I have been dealt severally by criminals and bandits, by incompetent, lazy idiots that I recruited. I thought I knew them, but I didn't know them. So if I could make such mistakes, even within my little corner, then imagine what a president is going through. Of course, I'm not holding excuses or making excuses for those who lead us, because it is your job to recruit right and to take responsibility for the wrong recruitment. The way I've taken responsibility for the bandits that I've recruited who have caused me so much shame and have caused me losses and all those stuff. The first act of leadership is to be willing to take responsibility. There's no recrimination. You don't apportion blame. That you recruited bandits simply means there was an error of judgment on your own part. And you must take full responsibility and ratify that error of recruitment. I pray that God will help us as we build in our little corner. Remember, Jesus told a parable about a man that went on a journey. He called 3 of his servants. One, he gave 5 talents. The other one, he gave 2. The other one, he gave 1. The one he gave 5 made it 10. The one he gave 2 made it 4. The one he gave 1. Shrewd as he is, he didn't steal it though. He went and buried it on the ground. He didn't eat anything. He took that one that did not build and gave those who added value to themselves. And that is how the life is and gifts of life is. Now, even this one was even shrewd enough to hide it. In Nigeria today, even some of those who want to steal that one and even want to come and steal the man that gave them that money, even kidnap him. That is how terrible most of us are. Welcome back from your church. Welcome back from your shrine. Good morning, Bid Ikenna. Good morning, my brother. Welcome back, every one of us. Welcome back from those who went to church. Welcome back from your church. Reflect on what you've learned. Apply it in the next 6 days. If every one of us decide to do what is right, be productive, this country will be a place that all of us will be proud of. If 60% of us decide to be upright, be productive, be excellent, and refuse to brainwash ourselves or allow ourselves to be brainwashed with religious bigotry and awareness, and choose the right pegs, round pegs, and put them in the right round holes, this country will move forward. But as long as some of us, a majority of us are still stuck in their primitive religious mindset, are still stuck in their greed and lascivious and criminal and lazy mindset, here will continue to be a shithole jungle. There's no amount of prayer or visit to your shrine that will change it. The only thing that will make this place a light for the world is for us to live the purpose of God for our lives, be productive, be excellent in everything we have been appointed to do. God bless you. Have a glorious week ahead.